Hi, in this video, we'll talk about what is meant by trust. We all hear about this word, trust. I trust this person. I don't trust that person, or nobody trusts me. What exactly is trust and how to get it? Subject of this video. This is Commander Vijay Kumar, corporate trainer. Now, trust has got two components. One is character and competence. To illustrate this point, suppose you must have seen this sort of exercises in outbound training, where a man is made to stand like that and blindfolded, and he has to fall back. And to support him, there is a group of people, his own team members. Imagine that now they will play a prank with this person. When he is about to fall, when he already started falling, now he can't control himself. If they decide, no, let us teach a lesson just for fun, and they move out of the place, and he falls flat on the ground. Will they trust? Will he trust them next time? Because they promised that they will hold him, but they did not keep the promise. That means something wrong with their character. Next time you will not. Okay, let's take the second instance where they are actually trying to hold him, and because of the weight is too much, and he falls on flat on their hands, and they're not able to control that because that much of free fall weight, and they also fall, and he also falls. Here, character is not a problem, but their competence, their ability to do that particular task. Here, the task was to hold him without getting hurt. That is missing. So if either the character is not there or competence is not there, we cannot trust that person. Further, this character and competence can be subdivided further. The first two, integrity and intent, the combined together, they refer to character. The other two things, capabilities and results, combined together, they refer to competence. For example, you would not like to go to a doctor who doesn't have the necessary capability. So we'll find out what degrees he has got, what specializing he has done. But just having degree, but if he says, no, I've been practicing, but two, three people are died in operating table for some reason beyond my control, the results are not there. Combined together, he say that he has got the capability, but results are not there. So we say competence is not there. But if both the two are there, but if he is someone whose integrity is doubtful, again, you may not be trusting him because he might conduct an operation even when it is not required. And what is his intent? If his intent is only to make money, he will prescribe all sort of unnecessary lab tests. So when these two are missing, then it's a character is missing. So for all of them should be there, then only we can say the person can be trusted. Now these are very abstract things, integrity, intake. Capability and result is easy because the person has got the necessary degrees, then we can say he is capable. The person has necessary project experience, then you say that person is proper experience is there and has come out, has done this projects properly, then results are there. Integrity intenters are more of abstract things. They can be inferred only indirect manner. Let's see what are the way we can build trust where all the four will be mixed together. And whenever we make mistake, the trust level goes down. Like there is a pencil, and at the end of the pencil, there is an eraser. Whenever the pencil makes a mistake, the eraser has to rub it off. In the bargain, the eraser becomes small and small. So when we commit a mistake, the trust level goes down. Now, these are known as the various behaviors, 9 behaviors here. If we do these things, somebody can trust us. If we don't do these things, we can't be trusted. So, what are those things? Let us examine one by one. Be honest. Honesty is a character phenomenon. So, honesty is required. Then be a good listener. When somebody comes to us, when we listen to those people, it is one method of allowing that person to tell everything that person wants to tell. And we should respect that person. It is one other method of being courteous to that person is being able to listen to that person. If we don't listen to that person, we just ignore that person, or we cut it in between, or we give our own interpretations, or we start advising that person. It is like you're trying to choke him. person is not getting the emotional air to unburden himself or herself. So be a good listener, people will trust. Be kind and courteous. Never insult another person because every human being's own self respect is most important. Be kind. Even if the enemies, be kind. You may cut relations with that person, but you can't think of any harming that person. When somebody is not there, don't talk ill about them. Telling something bad about another person behind their back is very, very, because suppose I talk to a friend A and tell everything about friend B, and B is not there. And when I'm with B, I tell all bad things about A. When A and B meet each other, they will say, yeah, Vijay was telling about you and all those things. And he'll say, yeah, he was telling about you also. Now, both of them cannot trust me because they know that I'm someone who will talk ill about them behind their back when they are not there to defend themselves. So don't do that. Apologize. Say sorry if you make a mistake. Don't be arrogant. Say sorry immediately, genuinely, honestly, with full heart. And if you committed any damage to them, uh, compensate for that damage. Can be financial, can be due to the respect. You have to compensate. Make only those promises that you can keep. If you just keep on making promises, but we have no intention of keeping the promises, don't do that. So people will see through the game very fast. Only those. And you can say, I will never make any promise. Then nobody will trust because you are somebody who doesn't want to take any responsibility about anyone. That is also not. So take responsibility and make those promises and keep those promises. Things go wrong in spite of that, take responsibility. You have promised, you tried your best, things still did not go well. You are responsible. Don't shirk from responsibility and say, no, I tried my best, nothing happened. Someone else who had given that, I had given the task to that person did not do. No, once I take responsibility, it's my responsibility. Someone hurts, don't keep the hurt with you. Because it is like, keeping that fire in your hand, saying that whenever I get a chance to get hit at him, I'll throw the fire on that person. But till the time you're able to physically throw the fire on that person, it is burning your hand. In this case, the hurt you're keeping, saying that one day I will take revenge on that person. It's better to forget and forgive rather than keeping. Maybe that you can forget the relationship. Maybe you can cut the relationship. But keeping the hurt inside is counterproductive. Speak the truth. Don't put it in a convoluted manner so that the other person can interpret it in whatever way you want. Talk straight. There's no point in saying in a round and round manner and later saying, no, did not mean this one. You understood properly. You did not understand properly. And people understand that you are one person who will say something in a very convoluted manner and later you will not take responsibility for that. And next time you'll say, there's no point in talking to that person. A habit of telling something and then finally saying, no, this is not what I meant. You misunderstood. When I say something, it is my responsibility to make you understand exactly what I meant. I can't take recourse to saying that, you misunderstood. That is bad. Thank you so much. This is all about trust. We practice these 9 different behaviors. We will come across as someone who can be trusted. And being trustworthy is very much essential in teams, in families, in relationship, everywhere. Thank you so much for watching. This is Commander Vijay Kumar.